लगातार हमारे मत प्रतिशत में वृद्धि कर रहे हैं। 14 में हम करीब 14% वोट प्राप्त किए थे। 19 में हम 16% प्राप्त करें और 24 में हमने 20% वोट। 25 में हमने लोकल बॉडी इलेक्शन में बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म किया और त्रिवेंद्रम में हमारा मेयर भी चुनकर आया। यही बताता है कि केरलम की जनता भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ जुड़ रही है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी के रचनात्मक एजेंडा को सपोर्ट कर रही है और हमें बहुत अच्छा रिस्पांस मिल रहा है। इस सीट पर कांग्रेस के बड़े नेता लड़ रहे हैं, फिर भी यहाँ पर हमारा जन समर्थन देखिए। इतनी बारिश के अंदर इतने लोग रोड शो पर आना, मैं मानता हूँ भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए बहुत अच्छा साइन है।
लेकिन सर अल्टीमेटली केरलम में बीजेपी के गोल क्या है? क्या इस बार यही है कि सीट को बढ़ाना है, ओपन अकाउंट ओपन करना है, या उससे आगे है?
देखिए, हम आस्था, विकास और सुरक्षा, ये 3 पिलर पर हमारे कैंपेन को बिल्ट अप करे हैं और विकसित केरलम का एजेंडा लेकर उठे। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि केरला की जनता हमें जरूर सपोर्ट करेगी।
सर यहाँ पे हमने मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे का स्टेटमेंट भी देखा है, जिसमें बोला था कि केरलम के लोग गुजरातियों के जैसे नहीं है, इलिटरेट नहीं है। आपके जवाब क्या है उसका?
देखिए, अब एक खड़गे साहब है, मैं उनको क्या कहना चाहता हूँ, क्या कह सकता हूँ। गुजरात ने विक्रम साराभाई को दिया है, महात्मा गांधी को दिया है, सरदार पटेल को दिया है, मोरारजी भाई देसाई को दिया है और नरेंद्र मोदी को दिया है। अगर वो गुजरात को इलिटरेट मानते हैं तो कांग्रेस की बीमार मानसिकता का परिचायक है। मैं आज जब सार्वजनिक सभा में जाऊंगा तब जरूर इसको रिस्पॉन्ड करूंगा। पूरे गुजरात का इन्होंने अपमान किया है, न केवल गुजरात, उन्होंने कहा गुजरात और अन्य प्रदेश, तो जो लोग बीजेपी का समर्थन करते हैं वो सब इलिटरेट। तो देश में 21 प्रदेशों का एक साथ अपमान करने का काम उन्होंने किया।
सर यूडीएफ और एलडीएफ, राहुल गांधी और पिनराई विजयन हमेशा एक दूसरे को अटैक करते हैं, बोलते हैं कि बी टीम है बीजेपी का।
मेरे हिसाब से इस चुनाव में वो दोनों बी टीम है, बीजेपी ए टीम है।
जी सर, और फाइनली सर ये एक मैसेजिंग है कि केरलम और तमिलनाडु बीजेपी के लिए चैलेंज है कि साउथ बैस्टियन को ब्रीच नहीं कर पाएंगे। क्या इस बार वो चेंज होगा तमिलनाडु में भी?
देखिए, हर चुनाव को अलग दृष्टिकोण से देखना चाहिए। हमारा मत समर्थन, मत प्रतिशत दोनों राज्यों में लगातार बढ़ रहा है। ये बताता है कि हम हमारी उपस्थिति को मजबूती से दर्ज कर रहे हैं।
बहुत धन्यवाद सर, ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट. That's Home Minister Amit Shah speaking to India today about the Keralam campaign, the Tamil Nadu campaign, and essentially BJP's South attempts to breach the South. With Pavan Kumar and Ashwin Kanumara, this is Akshita Nandagopal in Alapura.
Akshita with that ground report and speaking exclusively with the Home Minister, who is now on a campaign trail in the state of Kerala at this point in time. He's spoken about important issue of the kind of attack that has been made on Gujaratis. He said the befitting reply would be given on allegations of B team and A team. He says Congress and left both are B teams in the state of Kerala, and that this time around BJP is team A's. That's what he said. This was an exclusive conversation that Akshata had with the Union Home Minister, who has been in Kerala, who's been campaigning in Kerala. He's also spoken about the fact that the effort, of course, is to in fact ensure that the BJP-led NDA does better than what it did even the last time around, and that the alliance would usher in a prosperous Kerala if voted to power. Remember, it's been very difficult by far for the Bharatiya Janata Party to make successful and aggressive inroads into the states of in southern India, particularly in Tamil Nadu and in Kerala, both states that are going to polls this time around. He's spoken about the fact that they would be acting decisively on pending issues and spoken about the fact that the comments that have been made by the Congress president on Gujaratis just is reflective of their mindset. That's what he said in the election, during the course of the election campaign in the state of Kerala. These are images at this point in time of a Union Home Minister in Kerala, wherein he spoke with my colleague Akshata just a few moments ago. Amit Shah has launched a sharp attack on the Congress party, saying that they've been misusing and misleading the people of the state. Has gone after the Congress president also for saying that Gujaratis are illiterates. That was the question that was asked by Akshata. He said the people would be giving a befitting reply. Amit Shah hitting out at Arjun.
सर यूडीएफ और एलडीएफ राहुल गांधी और पिनराई विजयन हमेशा एक दूसरे को अटैक करते हैं, बोलते हैं कि
Gujarat gave India Vikram Sarabhai. That's what he said. It's also given India Mahatma Gandhi and Narendra Modi. This is an insult to all the people who vote for the Bharatiya Janata Party. Akshata Anand Gopal getting in more details on that big story. She just a few moments ago got us that big exclusive, speaking with the Home Minister. This was but expected, Akshata, the very fact that the statement that was made by the Congress president talking about Gujaratis being illiterates. Here's Amit Shah going after the Congress for that big comment that was made during the course of the election campaign.
That's right, Sneha. Home Minister Amit Shah, in a brief conversation with us here on the campaign trail in Alapura, lashing out at the Congress over the comment by the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. Now, remember what Kharge said is essentially, while campaigning in Kerala, said the people of Kerala would never choose the BJP because they were not illiterate like the people of Gujarat, and also referred to other states. It's over this that Home Minister Amit Shah has said that this is a huge insult. He's in fact listed out in that conversation with me, listed out all of the Gujaratis who made India so proud, who put India on the world map. He's listed Narendra Modi also on that list. But essentially the messaging from the Home Minister is that this is an insult to every Indian. You know, that this is beyond just regional divide. This is beyond just one or two states. But the fact that the Congress chief said that anyone who votes for the BJP is an illiterate, Home Minister Amit Shah has said that that means you've essentially insulted almost the whole of India, barring a few states where you've got other parties in power. This is blowing up to be a big, big political fight. But the first reaction from Home Minister Amit Shah here on India Today, Sneha, where he's slammed the Congress for their thinking. Interestingly, in Kerala, what's been also a big talking point is the fact that both the UDF and the LDF are fighting it out, referring to each other as the BJP B team. So he says, no, BJP is the A team. The Congress, the UDF and the LDF in Kerala, they are the B team in the state. So, you know, it's poised for a very interesting political fight. We've caught Amit Shah at a very, very interesting time because this is just before a day of campaign ends in Kerala. So it's a very crucial time really for the Home Minister to be out here campaigning and speaking out on all of the issues, not just limited to Kerala, but what's become clearly a national talking point and a flashpoint.
Well, absolutely. Akshata, be with us. I'm just going to come back to you in a moment from now. It was a sharp, blistering attack that Amit Shah made, of course, in response to what the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge has said about Gujarat or Gujaratis being illiterate. That was the insinuation, at least. Be with us. We'll play out that interview once again. Akshata.
On the campaign trail with Union Home Minister Amit Shah here in Haripad in Alapura of Kerala. सर, इतने बारिश में भी इतने लोग आए हैं, इसका मतलब क्या है? बीजेपी की परफॉर्मेंस इस बार आपको क्या लगेगा केरला में होगा?
देखिए, हम 14 से लगातार हमारे मत प्रतिशत में वृद्धि कर रहे हैं। 14 में हम करीब 14% वोट प्राप्त किए थे। 19 में हम 16% प्राप्त करें और 24 में हमने 20% वोट। 25 में हमने लोकल बॉडी इलेक्शन में बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म किया और त्रिवेंद्रम में हमारा मेयर भी चुनकर आया। यही बताता है कि केरलम की जनता भारतीय जनता पार्टी के साथ जुड़ रही है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी के रचनात्मक एजेंडा को सपोर्ट कर रही है और हमें बहुत अच्छा रिस्पांस मिल रहा है। ये सीट पर कांग्रेस के बड़े नेता लड़ रहे हैं, फिर भी यहाँ पर हमारा जन समर्थन देखिए। इतनी बारिश के अंदर इतने लोग रोड शो पर आना, मैं मानता हूँ भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए बहुत अच्छा साइन है।
लेकिन सर अल्टीमेटली केरलम में बीजेपी के गोल क्या है? क्या इस बार यही है कि सीट को बढ़ाना है, ओपन अकाउंट ओपन करना है, या उससे आगे है?
देखिए, हम आस्था, विकास और सुरक्षा, ये 3 पिलर पर हमारे कैंपेन को बिल्टअप करे हैं और विकसित केरलम का एजेंडा लेकर उठे। मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि केरला की जनता हमें जरूर सपोर्ट करेगी।
सर यहाँ पे हमने मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे का स्टेटमेंट भी देखा है, जिसमें बोला था कि केरलम के लोग गुजरातियों के जैसे नहीं है, इलिटरेट नहीं है। आपके जवाब क्या है उसका?
देखिए, अब एक खड़गे साहब है, मैं उनको क्या कहना चाहता हूँ, क्या कह सकता हूँ। गुजरात ने विक्रम साराभाई को दिया है, महात्मा गांधी को दिया है, सरदार पटेल को दिया है, मोरारजी भाई देसाई को दिया है और नरेंद्र मोदी को दिया है। अगर वो गुजरात को इलिटरेट मानते हैं तो कांग्रेस की बीमार मानसिकता का परिचायक है। मैं आज जब सार्वजनिक सभा में जाऊंगा तब जरूर इसको रिस्पॉन्ड करूंगा। पूरे गुजरात का इन्होंने अपमान किया है, न केवल गुजरात, उन्होंने कहा गुजरात और अन्य प्रदेश, तो जो लोग बीजेपी का समर्थन करते हैं वो सब इलिटरेट हैं। तो देश में 21 प्रदेशों का एक साथ अपमान करने का काम उन्होंने किया।
सर यूडीएफ और एलडीएफ, राहुल गांधी और पिनराई विजयन हमेशा एक दूसरे को अटैक करते हैं, बोलते हैं कि बी टीम है बीजेपी का।
मेरे हिसाब से इस चुनाव में वो दोनों बी टीम है, बीजेपी ए टीम है।
जी सर, और फाइनली सर ये एक मैसेजिंग है कि केरलम और तमिलनाडु बीजेपी के लिए चैलेंज है कि साउथ बैस्टियन को ब्रीच नहीं कर पाएंगे। क्या इस बार वो चेंज होगा तमिलनाडु में भी?
देखिए, हर चुनाव को अलग दृष्टिकोण से देखना चाहिए। हमारा मत समर्थन, मत प्रतिशत दोनों राज्यों में लगातार बढ़ रहा है। ये बताता है कि हम हमारी उपस्थिति को मजबूती से दर्ज कर रहे हैं।
Right, listening to what Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, had said about Gujaratis as illiterate jibe at the state. Listen in.
Don't misguide the people of Kerala. They are very clever. They are educated. Modi ji, Vijay, you both can fool people who are illiterate in Gujarat or in other place, but you can't fool Kerala people.
I'm in fact going to go back to Akshita for more on that. Akshita, as far as the campaign is concerned, also talk to us about what the BJP is looking at by far. Like you've pointed out, barring Karnataka, as far as southern India is concerned, it's been an uphill task for the party to make inroads. Of course, the estimate is that the vote share would be significantly going up, looking at the aggressive campaign strategy and the alliances has stitched up in both of these states, isn't it?
That's right, Sneha. Look, the BJP is clear that they are on the rise in these two states, whether it's Kerala or Tamil Nadu. And what they refer to is the fact that their vote share has been steadily rising. This time, which is why I asked that question of the Home Minister as well, is this more about opening their account, or is this about, going all out aggressive, not the long run strategy, but immediate gains? To which he did say that, they're talking about a Viksit Keralam. That is the messaging that they want to go across. As far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, he says that with their alliance, they're in a strong position right now, and there's no doubt about that. The NDA in Tamil Nadu, courtesy the AIADMK, is one of the top contenders. It's a question of DMK versus AIADMK. Ultimately, in this case, because of alliances, it becomes SPA, which is a secular progressive alliance led by the DMK, versus the NDA led by the AIADMK. So in that sense, as far as messaging goes, the BJP has managed to kind of throw their hat in the ring to ensure that they are also considered to be serious contenders. The seat that I'm in, for example, right now, this is Haripad in Alapura. This is otherwise considered to be a UDF strong stronghold. Ramesh Chennithala usually represents the seat and has been for decades now. Despite that, you have Home Minister Amit Shah campaigning here, which is clear signaling by itself that no challenge is too big right now for the BJP, that they're going all out to take on the LDF and UDF in their strongholds. And I'll list out for you. Amit Shah, for example, even yesterday was in Baipur. Baipur is the seat that's represented by Mohammad Riaz, the son-in-law of Pinarayi Vijayan. So again, extremely strong left stronghold. And yet you've got the Home Minister ensuring he campaigns in the tough ones, not the easy sitters, but the tough ones, to send out a message that the BJP is in this fight to really take on the UDF and the LDF. They are considering themselves major players. But look, tomorrow is when campaigning ends here in Kerala. Thursday is voting day. That's when their fates will be sealed. Come May 4th, we'll know whether these road shows and so much more that the BJP has been focusing on has actually earned them any dividends, whether they'll get any seats or not. They're really hopeful this time because their vote share in Kerala particularly has been going up. They did well in the local body polls, which is what the Home Minister was referring to when he said that in Thiruvananthapuram we also have our own mayor. And you can see clearly that this is also largely becoming a BJP versus Congress narrative nationally, which is why you're seeing that war of words also over what Mallikarjun Kharge said, the comment that he made about illiterate Gujaratis.
Well, absolutely. And that has become a big talking point in these elections. The Home Minister did tell you that it's an insult to all the people across states in 21 states who vote for the Bharatiya Janata Party. It's not just an insult for the Gujaratis. I'm going to leave it at that for the moment, Akshata Anand Gopal, with that detailed insight into what really is going on in the state of Kerala and, of course, that big interview with the Union Home Minister.